This video goes over how to use the peel and stick valgus posts. Unlike varus posts, valgus posts are used for people with high arches. Valgus posts support the outer side of the foot. If someone has a high arch, they're prone to ankle sprains and lateral injuries in general. In fact, a study was done where they evaluated arch height and showed that people with high arches got lateral ankle injuries, lateral knee injuries, lateral hip injuries. People with low arches got all medial injuries, medial knee, medial ankle. And that can be addressed by simply wedging the foot so the high arch foot doesn't roll too far laterally. So to do that, the easiest thing, and again, people with high arches, I practiced for 40 years. I hardly ever made orthotics for people with high arches because the last thing they need is an arch support. I used to send insoles out to the laboratory and then they would glue these wedges, but it was very expensive to do that. And the easiest thing is to just apply these two-part valgus posts to the bottom of the insole. Several studies out of Japan also showed they are great for people with medial knee arthritis. People with medial knee arthritis, when you put a valgus post, it causes the tibia to abduct, to the right tibia will move like this, which gaps the medial knee joint. I'll put some pictures of it so that makes sense. And it effectively reduces medial knee pain in people with arthritis. And it's especially used for high arch people, particularly following ankle sprains. To put it on, you just take the insole. This one is one of the easier ones to put on because it's large enough. Metatarsal heads go here. You just take a pen. Again, you outline where it goes, and it's just the lateral side of the insole. And then the same thing with the rear foot post. You just take a pen, you mark where that goes. So you've got the outline of those two spots right there. Once you've marked it, all you have to do is take the peel and stick back off to expose the pressure sensitive adhesive. Again, this stuff is very sticky, so when you put it on, I like to line it up. As long as you don't push it down hard, you can move it. I like to line it up to make sure it's where I want it. And I can still move it. It's a little bit over to the side, so I'm just going to lift it. I'm going to move it a hair over like this. And that's right where I want it. So I'm going to push it down. And the same thing on the rear foot. You just peel that off. Again, this is the outside. That's a right foot. We're placing these along the outside of the right foot. Then you're just going to take that post, place it here. That's the right spot. Push it down. Now, you can see that 4-degree wedge in there. It compresses down, gets really comfortable. People that have high arches put so much pressure on the lateral side of the foot that this can offload it. It can decelerate the velocity that they roll laterally. It just puts you in a more aligned position. Really easy to use, great for cavovarus high arch people, great after ankle sprains, because with ankle sprains you just don't want to keep going laterally, and also really good for medial knee arthritis. As a rule, the farther you get away from the foot, the less likely you know how effective it's going to be. So even though there's a fair amount of research showing that it works well for medial knee arthritis, I see so-so results with it. Some people it works great for, other people it doesn't. So I'll always use it on a cavovarus person, especially if they've had ankle sprains. And then I'll try it on a person with medial knee arthritis. The people with medial knee arthritis that respond the best have very rigid foot types. If it's a neutral foot type and you're going to try to offload the medial knee with one of these, the foot often absorbs the motion put in by the valgus post and it doesn't work as well. But someone with a rigid foot type who has medial knee wear and tear, this works great. Great for ankle sprains, easy to put on.